Live from clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and WKMG. We're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6:30 p.m.
Now at 6:30, remember these shipping containers? The owner called it his man cave. Neighbors call it an eyesore. A new ruling today ordered it could come down. Why there's still time for another twist. Good evening. This is News 6 at 6:30, getting results. Thank you for joining us here on News 6 Plus. I'm Ginger Gadsden.
I'm Julie Broughton. Justin has the night off. We start with an update on breaking news. A scare at Dunellen Middle School. There is no danger, but deputies are urging everyone to stay away from this campus if you can. They were called to Dunellen Middle School after dismissal due to a 911 call threat of a shooting. Moments ago, deputies confirmed they did not locate anything dangerous. Students that were still on campus are now being released to their families. We have crews just arriving there now. Look for updates on clickorlando.com and at 11.
And right now, some top drivers are getting ready to race. They are taking the track about 15 hours early at Daytona International Speedway. They're ready to start their engines at 10:30 tonight instead of 1:30 tomorrow. Now, blame it on a round of inconvenient weather. Fans with grandstand tickets for tomorrow can get in for tonight's season-opening ARCA Series 200 race. And with 200,000 fans in town, weather will possibly
Daytona rocks. Everybody should do it at least once. It's a bucket list item.
Everybody's so excited and happy and friendly to be here. The noise and the power and the speed is kind of a neutralizing thing where it brings us all together.
All right, for those fans, camping out and tailgating during speed weeks is a decades-long tradition, and they're already making plans for next year. The Speedway is making plans for what happens, though, if Sunday is too soggy for the 500.
It hurts, don't want to really think about it, but we have to, and we've been for days that if we cannot get the race in on Sunday, there's already conversations of what the program could look like on Monday.
Now, the last time the race had to be pushed to a Monday because of the weather was in 2020, Julie.
If it rains, the cars have to stop for 30 minutes for each lightning strike. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells is here, and it looks like the inconvenient weather will be with us throughout most of the weekend, Tom.
Oh, yeah, it really will. Tomorrow's a really inconvenient day. Sunday probably is too. I have hope for Sunday that maybe in Daytona Beach we can change things, dry it out by the afternoon. My hope is not like this. My hope's like, this. There's a chance. I'm saying there's a chance it could happen. This pocket of low pressure is driving the cold front in, and there comes the big moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico. What am I talking about? Big moisture pump right in that frontal boundary, putting the rain down throughout the entire weekend. Now, I always look at the weekend as three parts: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Friday night, this is the good part. All the moisture tomorrow, though, that's not the good part. 1 to 3 inches of rain could pile up on you. Look at Daytona Beach right now. It's awesome. 70 degrees, but by Sunday, we'll be praying for that rain to leave. Daytime high on Sunday is 60. Rain chances more like 80, 90%. But models are indicating that maybe late Sunday, the low will pull south in a way that maybe, like this hope, maybe we could get the race in. I'll pinpoint that modeling and show you what I'm talking about in a few minutes.
Okay, Tom, thank you. As we take a live look now at our Daytona Toyota DeLand Kia Beach Cam, a reminder tomorrow's ARCA 200 is now tonight at 10:30. The Speedway is not the only place making Plan B or even a Plan C right now. The weekend is full of big events all over Central Florida. A live look now at downtown Mount Dora, courtesy of the city of Mount Dora. The 3-day Scottish Highland Festival just got started in that city today. It is a chance to celebrate Scottish culture, so bring your bagpipes, but get ready to get undercover. In Osceola County, the Silver Spurs Rodeo is marking 80 years. The weekend-long event kicked off last night. Students in Osceola County had today off for Rodeo Day. You can check live pinpoint weather from Silver Spurs Arena or anywhere on the go. Download our free News 6 Pinpoint Weather app. Just search WKMG in your app store.
Another big story now at 6:30, a wild crash into a popular yoga studio. The driver took off. Tonight, we're hearing from the studio's director. She shared her take on this bizarre case with News 6's Brian Didlake.
The process of cleaning up is going to take some time here at Warrior One Yoga Studio. You can see the debris from that hit and run crash. The beam that divides parts of the wall busted, exposing the inner parts of the wall. And all of this was caught on camera. You can see this SUV turn right off Careen Drive in Orlando and smash into this yoga studio. We received 4 new surveillance videos Friday from Warrior One Yoga Studio in hopes of finding the driver. From one angle, you see an SUV come at a high rate of speed into the parking lot and drive into the building. Another angle shows the moment of impact. Blowing up the video, you see a driver and a passenger sit for a moment. The pair then backs out and drives off.
Somebody just called me and told me that a car drove through the studio window. And I was like, wait, what?
That was Danielle Cosgrove's reaction after she tells me she received a phone call about the incident. The damage is still being calculated.
So it's 2 storefronts next to each other, and then it's all glass. And the one has a door in the middle and the other has a door in the center. And it's odd because the driver kind of went like straight between the 2 doors.
The debris tells the story of what happened. From there, a bench that was outside flew against the back wall and a piece of the driver's bumper left behind. Orlando police in an update Thursday said a vehicle matching the description was found, but at this time have no suspect information.
Yeah, head on in. Thanks so much for coming.
Classes are set to continue even with the damage. But Cosgrove tells me all of this has set them back, saying they now have to operate at about a 30% capacity.
You know, we have a team of 25 people, and so we're really committed to staying open, keeping classes going. We do have some virtual classes.
You know, this is a place of zen. This is a place of comfort. This is a place to get your mind right. And now this is happening. How are y'all going to keep that atmosphere going?
I think by keeping going is actually the big thing. You know, we've always had this motto, be the lighthouse. And when does a lighthouse actually turn on? When it's dark.
Now, even while seeing dark times, Cosgrove tells me they're going to keep shining their light for their customers. The studio has set up a GoFundMe that will go towards operating costs and repairs. You can find a link to that inside of our website at clickorlando.com. But for now, we are here in Orlando. Brian Ditlake getting results. News 6.
Brian, thank you. We just got an update on a serious crash in Orange County, one that sent a 16-year-old girl on a scooter to the hospital. Troopers say an SUV hit the girl while she was in a marked crosswalk. It happened this morning along Avalon Park Boulevard at Golden Isle Boulevard, a busy area with schools nearby. News 6's Catherine Silver spoke with the driver's husband.
My wife was coming down the second lane over here, and by the time she was getting to the intersection, the girl just kind of bolted out of the community complex in her scooter.
We met Christopher LaLuz at the corner of Avalon Park Boulevard in Golden Isle as Florida Highway Patrol investigated Friday morning. It was here in the southbound lanes. LaLuz's wife's SUV crashed with a scooter before 9 a.m.
So the little girl was leaving this complex on the way to school?
Correct, yes.
It must have happened so fast.
Yeah, it happened so quick because I was literally on the phone with her probably 2 minutes before that.
LaLuz told me his wife was on the way to drop off their kids at daycare. I'm standing in the spot where he says the girl on the scooter first entered the road. You can see the markings at the crosswalk where the car and scooter first collided. And then a second set further down the road where he says both ended up.
My wife slammed on her brakes as soon as she could, and that's why she ended up stopping right here.
LaLuz pointed out the damage to the rim on the passenger side and shattered windshield.
She ended up just hitting her. When she hit the car, she ended up on top of the car.
We reached out to Florida Highway Patrol and asked who was at fault. They told me their investigation is ongoing, but the driver ran a red light while the scooter was in a marked crosswalk. They also shared the girl is a high school student. She was awake and talking when she was taken to the hospital.
I just hope that the girl's fine. I hope her parents are okay because I know, I have kids myself, so to get a phone call like that, I know it's pretty traumatic.
And Timber Creek High School is about another mile just down the road from here. We've seen kids walking, biking, and riding scooters in this area for most of the day. State data shows there were more than 1,000 crashes involving bicycles and pedestrians countywide in 2022. That's an average of 3 every single day. In Orange County, I'm Catherine Silver, getting results, News 6.
A new twist tonight and a story that had some of you talking. This controversial backyard man cave made of shipping containers. A big ruling to report. A magistrate just sided with Brevard County and ordered the homeowner to take it down. News 6's James Barbero explains why the drama in Indy Atlantic might not be over yet.
Yeah, so today after the county told me about the big ruling, I wanted to come back here to Indy Atlantic on Diane Circle to ask the homeowner if now he'd like to talk about his frustration going back and forth with the county over all these months now. He told me his attorney tells him not to, but just speaking with Mr. Traska privately, I definitely get the feeling like this ongoing legal battle will continue to be ongoing. Now that frustration stems from when the homeowner applied to build the man cave there and Planning and Zoning approved his request. I told you in my last story about this back in October, how the county said that approval was a mistake. And in court, new paperwork tells us the county argued what was approved and what was actually built weren't the same things. County code says you can't stack shipping containers. Meanwhile, the homeowner says he spent tens of thousands of dollars building the man cave since he got that initial approval. Our reporting all started when some of his neighbors wrote to me saying they thought it was against code as well. A realtor who lives here told me she thought the man cave would also hurt property values. So back to the magistrate's ruling, Mr. Traska has a month to unstack his shipping containers or he'll be fined $25 a day. Now the county tells me he can also choose to appeal that ruling from the magistrate, and then the fate of the man cave would be in the hands of a panel of judges. For right now, as I stand here, obviously you can see there's no movement to take it down. In Indialantic, Brevard County, I'm James Sparvero, getting Results News 6.
Okay, James, thanks. A change at Florida's favorite supermarket is the top story trending on clickorlando.com. And you know what? It is not even close. This has been the #1 story all day.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? The headline, Publix is scaling back as it opens new supermarkets. So here's what you'll be missing. The new stores, including one opening this month in Sanford, will not have the iconic scales that have been a fixture in the supermarket since 1930. But the manufacturer quit making them in 2015. Publix snapped up as many as it could, but there are not enough for those new stores. I'm always miffed by people who weigh themselves, usually men, with groceries.
Yeah, they love the public weigh-in.
Yeah, okay, so read more about the scales, their history, on clickorlando.com.
Another top story, Buc-ee's submits application for next location in Florida. Here's where. The new proposed location off I-95 in St. Lucie County would feature 120 gas pumps and 800 parking spaces.
Oh my God.
This is video of the first local Buc-ee's, which has been a destination in Daytona Beach since it opened in 2021. By the way, it's expanding. A 235-foot car wash is under construction. People love Buc-ee's. Another Texas-sized Buc-ee's is slated to open next year in Marion County. That site north of Ocala near I-75 could be the largest in the world, an 80,000 square foot store. That's a lot of beaver nuggets.
And those are good, too.
They are really good. I think Tom has some in his locker.
Oh, Tom, do you? Okay.
Oh, I might have eaten them.
All right, so our third top trending story, big Broadway hits are coming to the Dr. Phillips Center. The 2024-25 Broadway and Orlando season kicks off in September. Returning favorites include The Lion King, Mean Girls, and The Book of Mormon. The season kicks off in September with the Tony Award-winning Girl from the North Country, which features 20 Bob Dylan songs. Michael Jackson's iconic songs and dance moves are the heart of MJ the Musical, coming in March of next year. And finally, the hit country comedy Shucks closes out the season next June. It's the story of Corn.
I bet that's going to be so good. For a full list of shows and dates, go to clickorlando.com or sign up for our Setting the Stage newsletter. That's at clickorlando.com/newsletter. I feel like your delivery of corn deserved. I can't even do it.
It's moment in the spotlight?
Yes, deserved more of a moment.
Julie, it's Cone.
That's good.
Okay, and that's not the only exciting theater news we're talking about. Conjuring up Hogwarts magic, but not at Universal. Ahead on News 6 at 6:30, why some local students will be the first high schoolers in the world to play the iconic witches and wizards on stage.
But first, have you noticed this trend? Rideshare drivers blocking their license plates with a bike rack. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest looks into why this is happening and what it means for you next.
You're watching News 6 at 6:30 live on News 6 Plus. We're getting results in Palm Coast, the Villages, and all of Central Florida. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Now at 6:30, we're looking into a puzzling situation happening right here in Central Florida involving rideshare drivers. Last night at 11, the News 6 investigators showed you how some of those working for Uber and Lyft are using bike racks to block their license plates.
But make no mistake, that is against the law. But we found drivers picking up passengers with bike racks partially or completely blocking the tag numbers. News 6 investigator Mike DeForest shows us why it may be happening.
A rideshare driver working for Lyft heads into Orlando International Airport. Notice the bike rack covering up part of the license plate. For privacy reasons, News 6 has blurred the portion of the tag number that's still visible. With the bike rack still in place, the Lyft driver picks up a passenger at the curb, hops on the 417 expressway, heads through the gates of Walt Disney World, and then drops the passenger off at a hotel. It's possible this driver simply installed the bike rack improperly or forgot it was there. But fellow rideshare driver Richard Hansen says he sees other Uber and Lyft drivers doing it every single day.
Because they don't want to pay the tolls.
They don't want to pay tolls?
They don't want to pay tolls.
Rideshare apps like Uber and Lyft automatically charge customers for tolls. It's included in the final price. That toll money is then given to the drivers as a reimbursement. But if the drivers avoid paying tolls by blocking their license plates, well, then that's extra money in their pockets. According to records from the Central Florida Expressway Authority, no tolls were collected from this rideshare vehicle, and the license plate was at least partially unreadable, so he could not be billed later. We do not know if this driver intentionally obscured his tag, but time and time again, our News 6 cameras captured Uber and Lyft drivers picking up passengers at Orlando International Airport with bike racks blocking their license plates. We're talking sedans, SUVs, even this Tesla. You can hardly read the tag number. While following behind this rideshare driver with a blocked license plate, we passed another one with a bike rack loading passengers at the curb. The cruise ships have just arrived here at Port Canaveral. This parking lot here is where rideshare drivers wait by their phones for requests for rides. And as you can see, we're already seeing bike racks blocking license plates. You ride bikes a lot?
Yes, I do.
What kind of bike you got?
I have a truck.
A truck?
Yeah.
Where do you guys riding at?
Up in Orlando. That's why I'm getting, can you cut this off?
Later, we saw that same driver removing a plastic license plate cover that made it even harder to see his tag number. How come you have a bike rack here?
No English, sorry, no English.
On multiple occasions, our cameras captured this rideshare driver picking up passengers at the Sanford Airport, getting on the 417 expressway, and dropping off near Disney. Each one-way trip on the tollway costs $7.28 for E-Pass and SunPass customers, and $12.71 if the drivers pay by plate.
Yes.
You pay tolls?
Yes.
Freddie Hurtado says he pays tolls using his E-Pass sticker, which was sitting on the dashboard and not attached to the windshield, in violation of E-Pass rules. But on this particular day, Central Florida Expressway Authority records from at least 3 different toll plazas show no tolls were collected. Hansen says passengers should never get into a rideshare vehicle with a blocked license plate.
I would automatically cancel that ride if I was in.
Florida law prohibits putting anything on or around a license plate that interferes with the ability to read it. Violators can face a $165 fine, and that's in addition to other fines for not paying tolls. Representatives from Uber and Lyft tell me that rideshare drivers can be removed from their platforms if they're caught intentionally obstructing their license plates. Mike DeForest, News 6.
Well, thanks to a sorcerer's surprise, local drama students will soon be conjuring up magic on stage. And I'm not talking about Universal, where the wizarding world of Harry Potter comes to life every day at both Universal theme parks.
But soon those adventures will be on stage just across Turkey Lake Road behind Islands of Adventure at Dr. Phillips High School. The school won a contest called Wands at the Ready. Their prize, they will be the first in the world to perform the new high school-friendly version of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. This is the trailer for the Tony Award-winning play, which has been selling out crowds on Broadway and in London for years. DeWitt, students had to explain what makes their school or community so magical. The play will be staged at Dr. Phillips sometime this fall.
That's awesome.
Dr. Phillips High School is in zip code 32819 in West Orange County.
Okay, but we want you to tell us about a zip code 18 miles to the east of that. News 6 is hitting the road with 32825 in our first destination. We want to know what makes your community so special. We'll shine a light on the heroes and hidden gems while also diving into what can improve, but tell stories that matter to your community. And we need your help to do that.
Make your voice heard at clickorlando.com/hitstheroad. You can also take out your phone, open your camera apps, and scan that QR code right there on your screen and click the link. That will take you directly to our Hits the Road page, and we are ready to hit the road.
You said it. We sure are. Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells joins us now. I want this rain to hit the road, Jack, and don't come back.
Well, my yard is a crispy critter.
Okay, that's fine for your yard, but what about that racetrack out in Daytona?
That's just not cool, is it?
It's not.
Take a look at radar this go around. Now, so far, we're doing great. We have no rain on radar, none close to us. All is great. Friday night is awesome. It's going to be a beautiful night in the neighborhood. If you're out and about and on the town, you don't have anything to worry about. For those of you who are in town for the Great American Race, well, don't shoot me. I'm only a panel player. How's that? Daytime high day was 79. The normal is 75. We crushed it. You had a beautiful day. Tonight's a beautiful night, 75 in Orlando. But let's get to Daytona Beach. It's 70 degrees at news time. A lot of folks driving up and down the strip here because it is race weekend. So much going on. By Sunday, you will be like Ginger saying, hit the road, Jack, to that rain. You're going to be very tired of it. Tomorrow's a very wet day, raining off and on throughout the day. Tomorrow, we could get up to 3 inches of rain. Flooding in spots, could be a really ugly run through the day Saturday and lingering till Sunday. Here's our pocket of low pressure right now, driving this frontal boundary down to the south. Big rain falling already from north of here through Mobile all the way down into South Texas. As this front comes this way, all of this moisture rides that frontal boundary. This is what it's going to look like through the entire weekend. Moisture just flowing up out of the Gulf of Mexico right into your backyard. It's going to take some time for it to clear up. Come look, come look. Here's the important part. Tonight, no big deal. We have a beautiful, beautiful night going on after such a warm day. First thing in the morning, though, the water overruns us. This is Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on the latest model update. If you're driving north, you hit it in Seminole County, Flagler County, and here's Volusia County right here. Speedway right in that zone. So by 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, it's pouring rain on top of the Speedway, the Villages, all the way to the Gulf. 9:30 in the morning, it's raining hard through much of the viewing area, and by 11:30 noon, it overruns the area. Through the night, Saturday night, it just keeps right on raining. This is 7:30 on Saturday. I'll advance around till Sunday morning. Here's Sunday, 5 a.m. Just a deluge on top of Volusia County. Heavy rain, no chance you're racing. Not early. Of course, the race is not set to go until 2:30. Then there's breaks on the horizon. Gainesville dries out, Ocala, and if the low gets out of here quick enough, the light rain comes to an end, if it moves on fast enough, I hold out about this much hope we could get our race in on time. Lows tonight, 50s and 60s, right here in Orlando, 62. Here is tomorrow.
Your forecast is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Daytime high tomorrow about 67, 68, but the rain is the big deal. 70 to 80% chance of rain tomorrow, 90% chance of rain early Sunday. We dry out for Monday.
All right, Tom, thank you. Her boyfriend surprised her with candy just before Valentine's Day, but she got a much bigger surprise Valentine's morning. Ahead on News 6 at 6:30, why that Florida woman thinks a bear picked her car to trash.
Plus, giant statues of men holding mufflers and other unusual items in at least 3/4 of Florida. We uncovered their past on clickorlando.com. Hear about it next.
Tonight on ET,
Prince Harry speaks out about his father's cancer.
What's your outlook on his health?
And Ben Affleck's new movie with Matt Damon and ex-Jen Garner.
You don't want to miss that. That's tonight at 7:30. But stay right here because there's more News 6 on the way.
All right, finally at 6:30, a Florida woman's very big Valentine's Day surprise.
He totally tore the whole front of the passenger side up. Basically the whole door panel. I can't even open the door at all or roll the windows down, nothing.
Oh my. The woman woke up to this mess outside her Naples area home. When she took a closer look, she realized a bear trashed her home while she slept. She thinks the hungry bear has a sweet tooth. It appears the big guy was just after candy her boyfriend left for her on the front seat.
Okay.
All right, we're bringing you some of the most notable, interesting, and often unusual stories every night here in this online-only newscast.
News 6 at 6:30 will be streaming live every weeknight on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app, clickorlando.com, and the News 6 YouTube channel. Here's a story our digital team uncovered you may not see anywhere else. Web producer Jacob Langston found the story behind a Florida man devoted to saving giant statues called Muffler Men. A couple hundred of these fiberglass giants popped up nationwide in the 60s. It started with roadside shops hoping to grab the attention of drivers. They're called Muffler Men because a huge number were ordered by a muffler chain. You can see them
that's a
in
lady
Dade
right
City,
there.
and she's not doing well. You can see them in Dade City, Bradenton, and Cape Coral.
Okay, you can find a giant
him out.
fiberglass head called Happy Halfwit, that doesn't sound nice, inside Desertland Park on I Drive. Look for him at the go-kart track.
That sounds pretty new. Want me worry? See?
Oh, yeah, but that's
From Mad Magazine.
okay.
Right?
Well, look for the full story on the homepage, Tom, at
Yeah.
clickorlando.com. That is the guy from Mad Magazine, but I think they call him Halfwit something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's got a sweepy little bag.
Who am I?
right there.
What? Oh,
It's
Shoney's Big Boy.
Thank you.
Oh,
Julie's looking at me like Tom
that
with his
seems like
hand raised.
so long ago.
I tried.
Oh, it's time to go home.
All right, real quick. Rain is on the way tomorrow. Get out and enjoy it tonight. Tie things. You don't have to tie things down. It's not going to blow that much, but it is going to be very breezy, very wet the entire weekend. Rain chances are high tomorrow and threatening the race on Sunday. I'll have a brand new update tonight at 11 on the new modeling for the rain.
You may be wondering what happens to us between 6 and 6:30. We don't know. Thanks for watching News 6 at 6:30. Stream News 6 online anytime on our News 6 Plus Smart TV app.
We'll see you at 11.
I'm almost as
They will.
goofy on TV.